Hello students, good afternoon. In last class I have given to you homework that complete exercise of the second chapter. I hope you have done complete exercise of chapter second. Up to these question you have to do complete in your fair notebook. Now next chapter we are starting, that fiber to the fabric. Next chapter our fiber to the fabric, that is how we are making fabric by using the fiber of the different type of the animals, birds we are using, that they are for making the fabric. Fabric means that is which type of the we are making their cloth, that woolen cloth, that silk cloth, nylon, that is these are the different type of the fabric. And these fabric from where we are getting these fabric, that is the different type. We are dividing these fiber into two type, that can be natural fibers and can be man-made fibers. Then in this chapter we will read about the fibers that we are getting from the animals, that how we are getting and which type of the animal will give which type of the fiber, because there are the different type of the fiber we are using in our daily life for as a cloth, as a fabric. So then we will after this one we will read the different process of the making fabric, how we can make this fabric, by which process. So now we are starting this chapter. We know that the fibers are long, strong and the flexible thread like structure that are used to make fabric. Fabric means clothing material. That fibers are long, straight, flexible means that can be move here and there, can be fold, can be unfold, like flexible. Thread like structure that are used to make fabric. Natural fibers are obtained from plants and animal. Natural fibers that are made from the plants and animal. Cotton, jute are obtained from plants, whereas wool and silk obtained from the animals. There is a given difference from the plant and from the animal, which type of the fiber we are getting. Cotton and jute, that this type of the fibers we are getting from plant, and wool and silk we are getting from the animals. Wool are getting from the sheep and silk we are getting from the silkworm. Now these are the nylon, terylene, rayon. These are the human made and synthetic fibers which are made by the different chemicals. These are not natural fibers, but these are the human made fibers, that is nylon, terylene and rayon, which are made by the different chemicals. In previous class we have read how the cotton fibers are obtained from the cotton plant, and in this chapter we will read how the fibers are obtained from animals. Yes, we have done already in that last class how the getting fibers from the plant. Now we will read about how the fibers we are getting from animals. And animals we will read about the wool and silk. Wool we are getting from the sheep and the silk we are getting from the silkworm. Now first we are reading animal fibers. Wool and silk are animal fibers. They are made up of protein. Wool is obtained from fur of sheep, Angora sheep, cashmere goat, yak, rabbit, camel, ema, alpaca. These are the different type of the animals category from which we are getting wool. The body of these animals is covered by a thick coat of hair called fleece. Yes, fleece. What is fleece? Fleece is the upper one layer of the hairs on the animals, that is fleece. And silk is obtained from cocoons of a silkworm. That cocoon is the is a type of the pupa, that on the pupa if there we are taking a thread like covering on the pupa, that it become cocoons. That from the cocoon we are reeling from the cocoon. Reeling means that is a stretching thread, and this thread we are converting into fabric, that is from the silkworm. In detail we will read now. Wool is present as thick coat of air on the body of wool yielding animals, and air get trapped into the space, become the wool fiber. That wool is present at the thickest layer of the body of the animals, that we are calling it fleece. Then air get trapped in the spaces between the wool fibers. Since the air is a bad conductor of heat, not a good, bad conductor of heat, it doesn't allow the body heat to escape and keep the body warm. That's why woolen clothes are worn in winter. That woolen clothes are worn in winter because they are keeping warm our body. Wool are high tensile strength and high elasticity. Wool are high tensile strength and high elasticity. Elasticity can be movable, and tensile we can stretch it along the length. Then it can absorb large amount of water. Yes, because there is a hole of the air, that's why it can absorb large amount of water. It is light weighted and can be easily dried. Yes, it can be easily dry. It considerably resilient. On account of this property, the fabric made from wool have ability to retain the shape better than the fabrics made from other natural material. That meaning of the resilient means we can convert that the proper shape of the fabrics than as compared to other natural material, then we can converting. Then in picture there is a different type of the category of the animals is given from where we are getting wool. That is sheep, that is a Kashmir coat, yak and Angora coat. That rearing and the breeding of the sheep. What is the rearing and the breeding? Now we will read. Rearing is the process of the keeping the sheep properly. That rearing of the sheep means to look after the sheep by providing them food, shelter and health care. These are the rearing. What is rearing? That is the sheep means to look after the sheep by providing them food, shelter and health care. In India, sheep are mainly reared in hilly regions of Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim or plains of Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat. There is a different place there where we are their sheep is found. That the person who look after the sheep is called shepherd. The person who look after that sheep, that is shepherd. Sheep are herbivores and eat mainly grass and leaves. Sheep are the which type of herbivores which are eating only grass and leaves. So shepherd take the herd of sheep of open grassland for the grazing. There is telling about the sheep. Apart from grazing, the sheep are also feed a mixture of pulse, corn, jaw, old cake left after taking out from the seed and minerals. In the winter, sheep are kept indoor and feed on the leaves and grains on dry fodder. These are telling about the sheep, that in which place they are living and which type of the food they are taking. Now next process we will read tomorrow. Up to this topic you have to read this chapter, and of the last chapter you have to complete exercise in your fair notebook. Okay.